Faye Valentine of Cowboy Bebop. Faye Valentine's outfit may be anime iconic, but it's also just really bad. First of all, it's a completely implausible outfit for any form of travel, including space travel. She has no reason to look like a sex kitten while on a bounty hunting mission, certainly not while she's en route. That thong, or straps, out whatever they are, have got to be digging into her backside in some deeply uncomfortable ways. Besides its impracticality, it just doesn't look good. The gold crop top and booty shorts combined with the poorly fitting dress shirt and flesh-colored thigh highs just look strange together. Please, Cowboy Bebop, can't the thigh highs match the rest of her outfit, at the very least? 2. Fairy Tail's Flare Corona. Flare Corona's outfit has 3 major problems. The first is that it's basically a less sparkly ripoff of Jessica Rabbit's, which, if you're not married to a cartoon rabbit, you just can't pull off. The second is that there's no way those straps are going to continue covering those breasts for more than 30 seconds, there's no support whatsoever, and with cleavage like that, she needs it. The third problem is that weird gray stitched-on patch in the middle. Why gray instead of a color that actually complements red? Why the clumsy Frankenstein stitch? Why any of this? Come on, Fairy Tail, get your act together. 3. Aoba Saragaki. Dramatical Murder features one of the most dramatically, bad outfits in anime history. Aoba Saragaki seems to think that dressing like Hatsune Miku in winter somehow qualifies as a reasonable fashion choice. He wears a huge cropped puffa jacket with plastic caps on the shoulders and equally hideous matching boots. Sure, it's color coordinated, but that doesn't mean it looks good. 4. Train Heartnet. The main character of Black Cat's first name is Train, so maybe it's his destiny to dress like an idiot. The dude is wearing a cropped blue jacket with gigantic donut-shaped buttons that don't actually function as buttons over a white t-shirt. He also wears a bell around his neck. It's supposed to remind him of his past as an assassin, but the animators could have come up with a much more interesting visual metaphor than that. Also, his hair looks like the backside of a skunk. When he's not wearing this absurd ensemble, he's wearing a more subdued set of clothing that combines 3 different shades of black. It's better, but only marginally. 5. Matt. To be fair, Matt was only in Death Note for about 2 minutes, so maybe all of his outfits besides the one in which he appeared are actually stylish. That said, the one we did see was just god-awful. He wore thick black boots and gloves, goggles, and a pale furry vest over a black and white striped shirt. Given the nature of his work, it's not totally illogical that he'd want to protect himself, but he also wears the gloves just hanging around the house playing video games. He looks like he bought half of his outfit at Hot Topic, then got confused and got the rest at Land's End. An honorary mention goes to Nier, who spent the entire series laying on the floor in oversized white pajamas. 6. Aki Adagaki. Okay, so this one technically isn't Aki's fault. She didn't choose her ridiculous school uniform, and if she doesn't wear it she'll most likely get in hot water with the administration. But Aki is here as a poster child for terrible school uniforms, because look at that thing. None of the colors match. The jacket would be completely unflattering on anyone existing in human form. It's one of the worst school uniforms ever designed, and viewers of Masamune Kun's Revenge have to spend 12 unbearable episodes looking at it. Why pick on Aki as opposed to one of the other girls wearing the same thing? 2 reasons. 1. She's wealthy enough that she could probably bribe the school into changing its uniform if she wanted to. 2. She let herself be tricked into wearing magical girl cosplay on a date. Clearly she doesn't know what she's doing in the fashion department regardless of her school's policies. 7. Might Guy. Naruto is full of fashion atrocities, so it's hard to choose just one. Naruto's orange jumpsuit, Sasuke's weird onesie, that one headband Neji has that's made of belts, that kid from Boruto who wears a cat tail and ears for no reason. Let's face it, Konoha isn't exactly a fashion-forward town. Since it's hard to pick just one, let's zero in on an adult who is capable of making informed decisions about how he presents himself, but doesn't, Might Guy. He chooses to go outside wearing a skin-tight, green spandex bodysuit. Despite the fact that he teaches a small group of teenagers as part of his job, he doesn't wear any pants over said bodysuit. Unless nothing has changed since Kakashi declared his package acorn-sized when they were pre-teens, this is a problem. What's even worse is that he convinced his protege, Rock Lee, to dress the same way. So now there's two of them. 8. Tuxedo Mask. Tuxedo Mask, aka Mamoru Chiba, is kind of notorious for his terrible outfits. Yes, it was the 90s, but there's no excuse for this look, which involves high-waisted drawstring pants and what looks like 3 shirts layered on top of each other. That said, he's far from the only Sailor Moon character with an egregious fashion sense. The other Sailor Scouts and the villains are just as bad if not worse. 9. Tatsumi's clothes get super weird in Shiki. Tatsumi of Shiki starts off wearing relatively plain clothes, but as the series progresses, his style gets weird. Check out this ridiculous red leather bodysuit with its leopard print cuffs and its shoulder spikes. The shift in style mirrors a shift in personality. He starts off relatively meek, but becomes violent and even sadistic as the series progresses. 10. Best Jeanist of My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia features a plethora of questionable fashion choices, but the award for absolute worst has to go to Best Jeanist. The reason is obvious: he wears pants belted around his neck. His entire outfit is made of denim. Honestly, he probably wears genderwear, jean underwear, and keeps his money in a wallet. What makes it even worse is that he actually believes that this looks good, and so does his cadre of screaming fans. Perhaps it did during Britney and Justin's reign of mainstream pop, but apparently unbeknownst to Best Jeanist, the tutu extra denim look has long retired. The waistband of his neck pants is probably covered in spit flecks, but at least he's the best at being a jeanist. Whatever that means. 11. Kushaku Chouno of Buso Rankin. Kushaku Chouno of Buso Rankin is perhaps best known for his outrageous costume, which looks like what would happen if a butterfly took up bondage. That said, as terrible as his outfit is, most fans wouldn't want him to dress any differently. His bizarre outfit might look horrendous, but it's part of what makes him a memorable villain. Kushaku makes it clear with both his actions and his clothes that he does whatever the F***ck wants, haters to the left. 12. Valiant Crowley of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX's Valiant Crowley is one of the teachers at Duel Academy, and he's a fashion disaster. His outfit is a tricked-out version of the student uniform, but since he's not a student, he doesn't actually have to wear it if he doesn't want to. Some of his colleagues do, but it's not mandatory. Crowley, however, decided that not only was he going to wear the uniform, he was going to sew pink ruffles onto almost every available surface, because apparently Crowley is secretly a Sanrio boys. What's really sad about Crowley is that he's clearly trying to look good. Nobody wears such a complicated outfit, complete with makeup and jewelry, if they don't care about their appearance. Unfortunately for Crowley, it's just not working. 13. Bentham of One Piece seems to be wearing a diaper. One Piece's Bentham is a villain-turned-ally whose clothing choices are, shall we say, unique. Bentham is an okama, a Japanese slang term that refers to people on the LGBTQ+ spectrum, but connotes a fairly flamboyant expression of that identity. That's why Bentham's clothes are so out there. The problem with Bentham's clothes isn't that they're flamboyant. That can actually be pretty cool if done right. The problem is that the outfit involves poofy, striped pants that resemble a full diaper, a ratty pink robe that looks like it was fished out of a pile at a thrift store and never washed afterward, and some confusing swan ornaments that could not possibly look good on anyone. This outfit is in such poor taste it's baffling. Maybe Bentham needs to go on RuPaul's Drag Race and get some style tips? 14. Charlotte Chuahorn from Bleach. Bleach has some pretty outrageous character costumes all the way around, but Charlotte Shohorn's getup takes the pink frosted cake. The only thing that puts his outlandish attire in context is if you think of him as a drag queen always dressed in drag. Even so, is pink really his color? And what's with the upper pelvis tat?